Here are 3 transitions into a spinny bridge. The requirement for this tutorial is of course a good spinny bridge. First, from a handspin. Remember, the basic of a handspin is a swept leg handstand in which we bring our hands on the side of the swinging back leg. So for this to work and you not to confuse your handspin with your cartwheel positioning, you want to transfer the weight into your bent support leg, which is away from where you're going to put your hands. Replace the foot with both hands, go into a handstand and swap the legs in the air in such a way that the back foot in the air lands first. Once you have that, you want to be able to add a 180-degree pivot in the process. So if your belly button is facing forward at the beginning of the movement, it should be facing the opposite wall at the end of it. Once you have this, try to add another 180-degree pivot at the end once you have landed on the first foot, in such a way that you come back facing the wall you were looking at initially. So here we land on the left foot, we're going to kick with the right leg to pivot on the ball of the left foot and end up facing the same wall. Once you become proficient at this, you want to be able to go one hand after the other. So if you go to your left side, your right hand goes first, the left leg swings in the air, the left hand goes second, and the left foot lands first. Out of this movement, we are stuck with quite some momentum, which offers you with 2 possibilities. Either we keep going in the same direction, or we change the direction of the spiral. For the first transition of this video, we're gonna keep going in the same direction. The foot that's in the air is gonna shoot between your support leg and your support arm and replace the arm on the opposite side, from where you're gonna find yourself in a squat, able to perform the spinny bridge. So if you have your left foot in the air, replace the right hand with your left foot, place that left foot down, go into a squat and perform your spinny bridge. The second option we have is to perform a backslide with that straight leg that is in the air at the end of our handspin. This would go against the spiral we find ourselves into, and it's therefore a bit more tricky to perform it smoothly. Now practice just this part where you have one leg in the air, you slide that foot on the ground, you push on your hand to sit into a squat, from where you just have to extend your hips to go into your spinny bridge. Down the line, you want to be able to perform this out of your handspin. Observe here that we're turning clockwise and we end up pivoting counterclockwise. And the key is to step instead of sliding that foot early as you finish the handspin to bridge both movements together. Our last transition is less acrobatics, but explores the same idea of counter spirals. We're going to generate a back bump spin out of a 90-90 with the upper back leg. Work on going from one 90-90 to the other by performing this action here, where the top leg becomes straight and swings backwards and the arms just follow as supports as you go from one side to the other. Once you find yourself on the opposite side, you're going to bend both knees, land the opposite hand, and shoot both knees in the air as you extend your hips to prepare your spinny bridge. The timing of the landing for your feet as well as the hip extension is crucial here. You want those 2 movements, the bump spin and the spinny bridge, to become one, and therefore you want to be pushing as early as you can once you're done performing the first half, which is the bump spin. Do allow the knees to drop into a full 90-90. Don't be in too much of a rush to go up. Allow your knees to drop the other side and then and only then push on your hand and your hips to get higher up. Once you have that, you can add a small pivot on your bum cheek from the bump spin before you go fully into it. I suggest that you relax your arms and your neck in the process to make the whole lot even smoother.